Okay, here we are in Chapter 1, Lesson 12. We're still talking about grouping symbols. That's the first item in our order of operations. If you remember, we did kind of a little symbolized version of it, where the first one was parentheses. They're called grouping symbols, but this is called a parenthesis. Number 2 is multiply and divide from left to right. We used multiply and divide, and then we use an arrow to remind us that it's from left to right. And then we did add and subtract from left to right. That's how we did that. So that's just a reminder of what was going on. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're adding other grouping symbols. These are called parentheses. On the outside of parentheses, they put these. They're braces or brackets. And then on the outside of that, let's choose a different color. They go even farther, and they use something like these, which may be called ellipses. I should know, but I don't remember for sure. So we're going to just kind of throw this down. We've got the orange set of parentheses is first, anything outside of that is second, and then anything outside of that is third. And they usually do it in this order. So you might see some of that. We're going to do a couple problems here. Let's just jump right in. We've got this, then this, then this, and then they have 3 times 4. They close the parenthesis, and then they add 18, and then they close the bracket or the brace, and then they add, and then they open another brace, and then they open another parenthesis. 6, undo. One more. 6 times 7, close the parenthesis, minus 27, close the brace, close the ellipse, and then divide the whole thing by 5. This sounds really complicated, and obviously I didn't plan my space very well. I ran into my illustration over here. I hope you'll forgive me. Basically, the best way to keep it straight is just to work your way down and follow the rules about multiplying before adding and other things like that. Now remember, the parenthesis is on the inside, so that's right here. So we're going to do this 3 times 4 because the parenthesis is on the inside. Then we have the brace. See, this ellipse is all the way, the open ellipse is here, and the close, the end of it, is over here. So we have to do everything inside this before we divide by 5. But first we have to do what's inside these braces. These braces, there's an open and there's a close. There's an open and the close. So what's in between here we have to do before we do the other. What's in between here we have to do before we do the other. And then the parenthesis is the very middle. So we're going to start with the parenthesis, this one right here. 3 times 4 is 12. And we're just going to rewrite it like that. Once we've gotten that done, we don't have to write that parenthesis anymore. I'm going to keep the brace and the ellipse just so that I don't get mixed up. Bring down my plus 18. And then I have my close of the brace. Now I'm going to add, I've got another one of these. At a parenthesis, and the parenthesis has to be done first. 6 times 7 is 42. And now that I've got the answer to that, I no longer need the parenthesis, so I'm going to subtract 27. But I still have the brace, and I still have the ellipse, and I still have the divided by 5. See, everything has come down, and I've simplified one piece here and one piece here. Now I'm going to simplify this piece and this piece. I have to do the braces before I do what's in the ellipse. 12 plus 18 is 30. Keep the ellipse, but I no longer need the brace. Plus 42 take away 27. Might be a little hard to do in your head. Remember, you just come like this. This is one where you have to borrow. Most of you are familiar with that. Borrow from the tens. This is 4 tens, so now we have 3 tens, and we added a 10 to the 2, which makes 12. That's how that works. 12 take away 7. is 5. 3 take away 2 is 1. So 42 take away 27 is 15. And now I'm done with all of my brackets except this ellipse divided by 5. And I do have to jump in there. It always brings that up when I use that color. And we'll do what's in the ellipse before I go on and divide 5. So 30 plus 15 is 45 divided by 5. And I'm still working my way down the page. It's how I stay organized. These are all equal. Start here, this is equal to that, this is equal to that, this is equal to that, and my final 45 divided by 5 is 15? It's not 15. It's 9. Okay, there we go. How's that look? Good. Now let's see, this seems pretty big. Maybe we should do just one more to make sure you understand what's happening. This one is slightly easier. Brace, parenthesis, 6 times 7, parenthesis, plus open parenthesis. My algebra instructor used to say quantity 3 times 4. Put it in parentheses like that, close the brace, and then subtract 28. Again, we're gonna work our way through the parentheses first. 6 times 7 is 42. Keep the brace out here. Add 3 times 4 is 12. Remember, we're multiplying before, and the parentheses is helping us to remember. And then I subtract 28. Do what's in the braces next. 42 take away 12. That's 30 minus 28. This was equal to that. This is equal to that. And this is 2. 30 take away 28 is 2. That's a good answer. Okay, very exciting. I wonder, my faces seem to be getting just a little bit more elaborate. I'm going to give you, you know, when Mr. Armstrong had just a little more hair, it looked like that. Got his glasses here, little sideburns on the side. And he's a pretty happy guy. And he's got a nose there. And does that look like me at all? I don't think so. I have eyes. Oh. That just got scary because these sideburns are purple. I'm not sure about purple sideburns, but anyway, hopefully you've already stopped watching this video. Some of you might be enjoying these silly pictures I'm making, and some of you may not, so I'm happy if you decide you want to skip them and go on to your next math lesson. Alright, have a nice day.